Um, oh, we did it. I gotta be honest. I'm still trying to figure out what to say. I don't know how to start this video off because last night might be one of the best nights of my life. And our lives too. I, I still can't believe we actually pulled this off, ladies and gentlemen. I still can't believe this is reality. Every year of this team with heartbreaks, bright futures, heartbreak, not even making playoffs, and when we do make the playoffs, we don't even get past the first round. Double overtime heartbreak, getting swept, injuries that keep happening, and all the trades, everything. And for 30 years of this existence, 30 years of this hockey franchise, we've been through so much, ladies and gentlemen, so much. We getting swept in that finals in '96. And a year later, we didn't even make it to the second round because we lost to the Rangers in 5. And then since then, we haven't even made the playoffs all that much, that at all. And when we do, we don't even get past it. Instead, heartbreak, horrible attendance, relocation rumors. It was all downhill. And then in recent years, they wake up. They hired a good general manager, and it changed. I still can't believe we pulled this off yesterday. And then this would have been icing on the cake. A potential reverse sweep comeback from the Oilers. This would have sucked so much, but it doesn't now because we freaking did it. It's hard not to think about last night. It's really hard not to think about last night. I barely got any sleep last night. I have to break this game down at some point, but oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you some don't know what it's like to feel like champion. I've been watching this team for a long time. This was hell. And we finally crawled out of it. As I can finally say this from the bottom of my heart. The Florida Panthers are 2024 Stanley Cup champions. They are your Stanley Cup champions of National Hockey League for the first time in franchise history. And in South Florida sports, that finally completes the 4 professional cycle. We have the Dolphins winning it all twice in a row back in the 70s. The 80s, there was the Hurricanes, football and baseball. The 90s, there was the Florida Marlins back in the day. I know people are complaining, well, me too, kind of. They were complaining about the Miami Marlins now, but back then, the Florida Marlins were the big thing. They won in '97 in 7 games. That is important to note. 7 games they took in that World Series to win it all. Then in the 2000s, we have the Miami Heat winning it all in '06. And then in 2010s, the Heat twice. One of them was in Game 7. And historically in South Florida sports, it seems like that's the case. And then, last year there was the Leagues Cup, but that's a different thing. But now, the Florida Panthers finally did it. They are your Stanley Cup champions. All right. Enough of that ramble. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This is a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. And I thank God he let me live through this day to experience the wonderful feeling of becoming champion. All right, let's go. Let's do this. 6 minutes in, I do apologize for my rambling, but here we go, folks. Sergei Bobrovsky going up against Stuart Skinner from Edmonton Oilers. The Panthers have to win this game, otherwise there would have been a catastrophic choke of the potential 3-0 reverse sweep. They were doubting us. We are the villains of the story. We had to do something to shut them up and then finally get the glory, get the goal, get the trophy, and then bring it home. As we're trying to avoid the collapse, more importantly, winning it all. So we start off with the Edmonton shot by Adam Henrique, and if you know this, he's kind of the elephant in the room because 12 years ago, he was responsible for that double overtime winner from New Jersey. That sucked. So if there's anything that is possible, this is that kind of revenge thing. Warren Foegele gets a high sticking on Montour. And in my head, I'm thinking, you gotta be kidding me. Because it's nice to be on the power play. But I remember giving up 2 shorthanded goals from the same team in games 4 and 5. So I don't trust that power play. However, we would get a shot off from Sam Reinhart, but that was saved by Stuart Skinner. And that would be the only shot on target in that power play. And that power play would be killed off. However, soon after the power play, we have that amazing tip-in. He is assisted by Lundell. That's his 14th assist of the postseason. And Evan Rodriguez, that's his 8th assist of the postseason. One of the most beautiful tip-ins I've seen. His 11th goal of the playoffs. Carter Verhaeghe. He starts us off and he draws first blood in the Stanley Cup Final Game 7. That was incredibly important for us. Incredibly important. We have not been able to do so in Game 3. And when we do, more likely or not, we were probably going to win that game. I think the only exception was Game 2, where I think Edmonton got the lead first, but we came back and we won that game. However, a few minutes later, there's something that kills our defense and thrives Edmonton Oilers offense is their breakaway goals. The beautiful pass by Cody Ceci, his 3rd assist of the postseason, and off the wrist shot is Janmark. That's his 4th goal of the playoffs, and they automatically tied this game. They tied this game up immediately, and that's coming off the breakaway, and I knew that was going to happen, and damn straight, I was frustrated. It was absolutely frustrating to see that happen again, and my mind was racing all over the place. This was like, we're going to freaking blow it. But I had to keep my mind straight. And I was at a watch party in my friend's house. So like, they were pissed off. I'm pissed off. And, anxious. And then, and then soon after, Florida was trying to get one, and Edmonton was trying to find a way. And then Evan Bouchard hit the post. That was freaking scary. It was absolutely scary to see that happen. Mark with the goal. And then, Henrique trying to make our lives miserable. Connor McDavid trying to make our lives miserable. And Connor McDavid, I'll talk about this after this whole thing. So we'll eventually hit the end of the first period. There's some scuffles from there and there, but they have to keep themselves composed. So at the end of the first period, it is tied 1-1. Still anybody's game. It is still anybody's game. So we start off with the Matthew Tkachuk tip-in. That was saved by Skinner. Tarasenko, who won the Stanley Cup back in 19 with the St. Louis Blues. He won in Game 7 against Boston in Game 7 in Boston, Massachusetts. This is his time to try again. And he almost got it. He almost got it. 3:22 into the second period. One of the worst calls I've seen. I don't dwell on them now because, for obvious reasons. But at that time, that was garbage. So Matthew Tkachuk slips on ice. He falls down and incidentally trips Warren Foegele. And the referee said that was intent, so they give him a 2-minute minor. That is ludicrous. I don't know what Matthew Tkachuk was supposed to do there. He slipped. There's no way he's going to try to trip Foegele. The momentum shifted towards Foegele as Foegele was coming towards that direction. Sure, they're going to say things like, "Oh yeah, he slipped on purpose just to hurt our play." Like, no, he didn't. You're watching the game. I watched the game. And I'm seeing no comments. I'm seeing those comments that be like, "Did you watch the game? Did you watch it? Look at it again." I'm like, I watched the freaking game. I know what I saw. I have eyes. Anyway, Matthew Tkachuk gets called for a trip. Edmonton goes on a power play. Bouchard with the wrist shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. One of the most biggest sequence of defending. This is basically a 5-on-3 because Kevin Stanley's stick was nowhere to be found. His stick was broken. It's on the ice. Meanwhile, they have to defend against McDavid, Bouchard, and Draisaitl. And somehow, the Panthers were able to kill this penalty off. And that, big props to that. Big props to what they did. Because if this was the worst case scenario, we would have been down. We probably would have got reverse swept. But in the best case scenario, this happened. So Edmonton's power play is killed off. Big penalty kill right there. Then Foegele tries to get one, but that was saved by Bobrovsky. Stanley hits the post. Matthew Tkachuk with just barely missed. Actually, that's the first period. He missed that close range that goes up to the netting. Edmonton, I forgot whether or not if it was Nugent Hopkins or Dylan Holloway or Warren Foegele, but one of the shots was going to go to the back of the net because Bobrovsky was on the ground, laying flat on his stomach on the ice. But the biggest reason why it's not 2-1 Edmonton on that sequence is one man, Dmitry Kulikov. Kulikov with a huge defense stop to prevent that goal from happening. And then the best part about that, we capitalized on it as we took the lead 2-1, and that wound up being a game winner for the rest of the game. He is assisted by Kulikov himself. That's his second assist of the postseason, a big one too. And Connor Verhaeghe's 10th assist of the postseason. He has a goal in the first period, but now he has an assist to add to his name in Game 7. Off the wrist shot to get by Stuart Skinner. It is Sam Reinhart, our goal-leading scorer of this team with 56-57. And he ultimately won this game with this shot. And that goes by Skinner. And Florida leads this one 2-1 pretty much for the rest of the game. So Sam Reinhart, thank you so much. The rest of the game, Florida trying to get one. More importantly, in the third period, Edmonton's trying to tie it up, and we'll talk about that. That's pretty much the end of the second period. Florida leads 2-1. 20 minutes left of the game, potentially the season. My mind was racing. My heart was beating a million beats per minute. I'm exaggerating, but it's what it feels like to me. Time is going to go by slow. But how slow? Well, let's see. Third period, Florida. Big chance to win it all. They have to defend, or score, add on insurance. 3 minutes into the game, or a period, Bouchard gets called for a high stick on Los Sarita. No blood coming down, so it will be a 2-minute minor. There will be a shot on goal for Barkov at a slap shot against Skinner that was saved. Sam Bennett tries to get one, and it hit the post above the crossbar. I mean, geez, that would have been 3-1 in there, but Bennett tries again, but that was saved by Skinner, and that penalty would be killed off. Great power play by Florida, just couldn't get one to the back of the net. And for the rest of the game, Edmonton playing desperate hockey again. Ekholm was trying to get one. McDavid with the slick moves with the puck handle. He couldn't get one. Bouchard couldn't get one, even if he wanted to. And Bobrovsky, my God, Bobrovsky. And if it's not Bobrovsky making the saves, you can count on the defense to become the brick wall. They can save Bobrovsky. They can. And they did. But my gosh, multiple heart attacks in the third period alone. Multiple heart attacks that this third period gave me and my friends downstairs. They have a lot of chances to tie this game up. A lot. And I also find it slower when they keep icing the puck. Because that goes back into our zone. We want to clear it. And Bobrovsky always laying down on the ice to try and make the effort to get back up and make the save. But Florida's defense woke up in Game 7 with the forechecks, the poke checks, the back checks, whatever it is, they got it done. Barkov was trying to snap one by that was saved by Skinner with 5 minutes left of the game. McDavid with the tip in, and it hit above the crossbar. By this point, or Ekholm at this point, trying to get one that was saved. Timeout's been called. At this point, with 1 minute left of the game, Edmonton has no choice but to pull Stuart Skinner off the ice. With 1 minute left, it became a 6-on-5. They're blocking the shots. Rodriguez with the puck. He almost finishes it off with the empty net. He almost did, just barely missed it on the right. Or on the left, rather. But still, it was very close. The reaction video is being recorded. You saw it. At least I hope you did. And for the rest of the seconds, I think it was Bouchard trying to pass it to what is it? Who was it? Was it Holloway? Was it Fogle? Either way, they end up going to the corner, and the Florida Panthers were doing a smart thing. Keep that puck as long as you could in that corner, on that right corner by Bobrovsky. And before we realized it, clock was ticking. We were doing the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. The puck is still at that corner. And the clock hits 0. And there it is, folks. The Florida freaking Panthers are Stanley Cup champions. Wow. I'm so happy to have this. And then if we turn around, we freaking did it. I don't know what else to say. We freaking did it. We did it in Game 7. Florida Panthers now joins the South Florida Sports to finally win it all in South Florida. And now, with our first win in franchise history, it feels so damn good to say we have a cup. We have a ring. We have this we have this in our resume. All right, we look at the team stats. Edmonton with 24 shots on goal. Bobrovsky saved 23 out of 24. Florida with 21 shots on target. Stuart Skinner saved 19 out of 21, but that's crucial. Florida with a lot of hits as well. That is the normal Florida Panthers. 32 hits out of 21. Edmonton with 3 more face-off wins with 31, and we had 28. Power plays, didn't much happen. Although there could have been 3 power plays for Florida if they called it for Bennett because he was tripped up, no call. And he was hurt for the rest of the game. But he wound up playing through it. Either way, 2 power plays for Florida. They got nothing out of it. Edmonton with 1 power play opportunity with that terrible call. They got nothing out of it. Although they could have. If it was 5-on-3 really. But they didn't. More importantly with special teams, no shorthanded goals. That's important. 17 blocked shots for Florida. That is also one of the ultimates that won us the cup. 13 blocked shots for Edmonton. 12 takeaways for Florida. 7 takeaways for Edmonton. 13 giveaways for Florida. 9 giveaways for Edmonton. Stars of the game, Sergei Bobrovsky with 1 star. Absolutely deserves it. He was a brick wall after giving up the breakaway. No. He's not the brick wall. He's the Great Wall of Florida. 2 stars goes to Sam Reinhart with 1 goal. And 3 stars goes to Carter Verhaeghe with 1 goal, 1 assist. The Conn Smythe trophy. I mean, Bettman did say for the rest of the playoffs. But of course, they would give it to Connor McDavid. He didn't even come out to get his trophy, but can't blame him. Can't blame him. He doesn't want to see the opposition like us to hoist the trophy. But honestly, as much as I understand why, I would have given it to Bobrovsky. I would have given this trophy to Bobrovsky, but McDavid's clearly the player. But my gosh, I got to give it to Connor McDavid. He has proven why he's one of the best in hockey. He is proven to be that great player in modern day. Or did he? I don't know. Wayne Gretzky nearly passing him, or if he did, he just was not there in Game 6. Game 6 is one thing. He was not there in Game 7. I'm sorry, Edmonton. He wasn't. And Draisaitl was nowhere to be found either. However, for the rest, Barkov hoisted, Verhaeghe hoisted, Aaron Ekblad hoisted, Montour hoisted. Every player, including Roberto Luongo, who played for the Florida Panthers before going to Vancouver and coming back, he has a ring. And I'm so happy that he has it. This will never get old. The Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champions. This was... Oh my... This year for me was so hard. This year was so hard for me. But I want to thank the Florida Panthers for distracting me from all this. And to hoist this trophy, to finally becoming champions. I'm happy. I feel happy. I wish my dad was here to celebrate with me. But I know he is there watching to say he's proud of me. I want to show you this real quick before I wrap it up. I'm going to make a little joke. Right? I'm going to make a little bit of a joke. Kind of a roast. But see this? This looks so much better, isn't it? This looks so much better. There's Utah. Utah was the Coyotes. Unfortunately, they relocated. I feel bad for them. But think about this. Utah, this could have been us. This could have been us being gone to Quebec. But it didn't. I'm so happy that we finally get that off the list. This will never get old. And Paul Maurice, our head coach, 26 years, 25 plus. I'm going to say 25 plus. But 26 years, at least I believe, has been coaching from Hartford Whalers, Carolina, Winnipeg, and then to Florida. He finally has a trophy. He finally became champion. To think last season, I wanted him gone. And he helped build a championship caliber team and proved it. So Paul Maurice, our head coach, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sergei Bobrovsky. Thank you, Alexander Barkov. Thank you, Sam Reinhart. Thank you, Carter Verhaeghe. Thank you, Matthew Tkachuk. I've been wearing this jersey majority of this recaps I've been doing. I still think this is a cool jersey. Nick Cousins, I want to thank. Tarasenko, I want to thank. And you know what? He deserves it. I'm going to thank Kyle Okposo for this. He has been playing 1,051 games, and he finally has his trophy. Thank you. Sam Bennett, thank you. We freaking did it. And to every Florida Panthers that are on the team, everybody, thank you so much. And the coaches, thank you so much. The front office, thank you so much. Bill Zito, thank you so much. We freaking did it. Florida, we freaking did it. Hey, you know what? I'm going to say the city, Calgary. We did it. Vancouver. We freaking did it. We freaking did it. Freaking did it. I am. Okay. I also want to say one more thing. I know this video is 29 minutes, going to 30, but I want to say one more thing. To all the fans and to everybody who's been subscribing, coming by, watching me, bullshit, talk, rants, being sarcastic, to anybody. And to the opposing side, where we root for the Hurricanes, the Rangers, the Oilers, Philly, Boston, whoever you root for, and you come by and watch my videos, even if you don't root for these teams, especially against the Panthers, I still want to thank you for watching and coming by. I'm not always going to agree with the opinions, but still, thank you so much for coming by and watching. And it's been an honor, privilege. It's been an honor and privilege to cover all the games of the season. It's been a real honor and privilege, folks. I'm going to cherish this. We're all going to cherish this for a very long time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been incredibly fun. It's been so much fun. And I'm so happy and proud to call us champions and to recap the championships. Let's try doing it again next year. Go Panthers. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, even though it's a long one, hit that like button and subscribe for more content because Miami Teams, you guys are back. And when he does, hit me right there with the entertainment you deserve. Over the next couple of days, I'm going to do a season review of the Florida Panthers. And I'm going to do a season review of the Miami Heat. I'm probably going to do the Miami Heat first. And then the Florida Panthers. And then we'll talk. Well, and then we have one more Shark game. And then from the rest of the summer into Miami. And then eventually the Miami Dolphins. So again, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. And thank you for swinging by and talking about this. And yeah, let's us Six fans celebrate this. Enjoy the Stanley Cup Championship. The parade is going to be on Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make the parade. It's going to be in Fort Lauderdale on Sunday. Go have fun. Because I'm going to right now. All right, guys. Let's go Panthers. I will see you guys in the next video. Good night, everybody.